Good afternoon, parents. This is Dr. Stone, broadcasting live from the mobile principal's office. Just want to talk a little bit today about student eligibility for the 2022-23 school year. Hey, one of our main goals for student success is for a 90% graduation rate or higher, and for our students to be successful in the classes. That means we've got to be passing our classes, earning the credit it takes to keep us on track to graduate. A student has to have 23 credits to graduate by the end of their time here. They've got to have the right 23. They've got to have the English, the math, the science, the social studies, and the electives that goes with that. And we're asking all of our kids to be pathway completers. All that stuff is normal for our kids to be able to graduate. The difference is, and it's really not a difference, but it is a difference, is at the end of each semester, Mr. Martin, our athletic director, will pull the grades from all of our students. And students who pass 3 out of 4 classes will be sent to the Georgia High School as eligible to participate, even if they're not in any events. We pull the list for the whole school for our athletics. Starting next year, we're going to do that for any extracurricular activity. So that means for athletics, absolutely, they've got to pass 3 out of 4 the previous semester and be on track to graduate. So I wrote it on my board so I'd remember it. If they're going into the 10th grade, they've got to have 5 units. Going into the 11th grade, 11, and going into the 12th grade, they have to have 17 units and pass 3 out of 4 to be eligible for the semester. So let's explain that a little bit. So at the end of this semester here in May, on May 20th, when we end the semester, we will look at all the students who passed 3 out of 4 classes and all of the students who meet the eligibility requirements based on units, where it's 5, 11, or 17. If they meet those requirements, then they'll be sent in as a person that's eligible to participate in any extracurricular activities fall semester. All right. For some reason they did not pass 3 out of 4, then they'll have to come to summer school to be able to get the right credits to be eligible. So a student passes 3 out of 4, and we start the school year, and they're eligible for extracurricular. They're eligible for football. They're eligible for cross country. They're eligible for softball, volleyball. They're eligible for basketball, boys and girls, and for wrestling up to the semester ends. They're also eligible at the time for band, chorus, drama, all of our clubs, FFA, HOSA, any of our FBLA, DECA, FCCLA. They're also eligible to show animals with the school through FFA at the Perry Fair or for any of the shows that's local. That gets them eligible for the semester. What we're going to do next year is institute an in-semester eligibility report. And what we're going to do is pull the grades on Friday for all of our students. And if a student is passing 3 out of 4 classes, all is good. They'll continue to be able to participate in those classes. If for some reason, say Chad Stone is a student and he's not passing 3 out of 4 when we pull his grades, the first week we place him on probation and we tell him, hey, you're not passing 3 out of 4. When we pull the grades again at the end of the next week, if you're not passing 3 out of 4, you're going to have to sit the next week or longer until you get your grades passing. We're going to have the communication. We're going to talk to them that they're not passing 3 out of 4. So what does that mean? That means, let's say a student has been placed on probation and they're supposed to show a hog at Perry. If they're not passing 3 out of 4, they will not be able to represent Tift County High School and do that next week. They've got to get their grades up. You know, they are a student athlete or they are students first. So that's very important. It's going to require teachers, and we've talked about it. Our teachers will have to keep their grades updated each and every week to make sure that they're updated. And students are getting the opportunity to make sure that they're doing the things they want to. We feel like that the first week that a student's not passing 3 out of 4 should be a probationary week. It should be a time for us to have communication and be able to tell them, hey, you're not passing this, you're missing this assignment, let's take care of these things, and give them a week to correct their problems. They are kids. They are in high school. Most of our students will handle that very well. If for some reason they don't, then we have to step to the next level. We're looking at ways to put in some after-school tutoring, after-school study hall, for our athletes or for our extracurricular kids that are not passing the classes. during the probationary time. So they asked us a question. Hey, if they're ineligible or they were on probation during football season and the next week they're not, will they still go to the football game? Absolutely, they'll go to the football game. They'll still practice during that week. They just will not be able to participate. They'll stand on the sidelines in their jersey supporting their team. Will they be able to go to Perry and be able to watch and livestock? Absolutely. Will they be able to do Skills USA? Absolutely. They'll still be able to go to be a part of that and support them. They just won't be able to compete in any events during their week that they may be ineligible due to their grades. And the best fit for all of this is to make sure that our kids are passing their classes and they're passing 3 out of 4 classes, and then we don't have to worry about it. December of next year, we'll pull the grades again. They've got to pass 3 out of 4 and have the correct number of units to be able to participate next spring. Next spring, we have all our athletic events that goes on. We have band that goes on. We have chorus that goes on. We have drama that goes on. So let's say a kid that's in a show choir, and we're getting ready to go to Enterprise, Alabama for one of our show choir events, and they've already been on the probationary period, and they did not bring their grades up. They're not going to be able to participate because they didn't have the grades up. Hey, I need folks to understand, too, they've got to come to school. They've got to come to school. They've got to be in those classes. They've got to be in our classes each and every day. If they're dual enrollment kid and they're signed up for course, they got to come. They got to come to class. They got to come to weight training. They got to come to those classes that require that, which is more of a participation class. And if not, then they lose the points for those days. I think it's important to know that we're going to hold our kids accountable. We're going to hold our teachers accountable. We're going to hold ourselves accountable to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to be successful. It makes us better today than yesterday. I hope this was helpful. It's one of those things we need to do to step to the next level to continue to increase our graduation rate, but more importantly, to make sure that student success and stakeholder relations and Blue Devil culture all fall into the right category. Hope you have a great day. Remember, every action and every decision needs to make you and others better today than yesterday. Have a good one.